Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. It's Friday the 17th of May. A little bit later online with this one, so apologies for that, but just been waiting for the long-range information to come in from the Japanese Met model. Show you that in just a second. Just a quick reminder that the site here is kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the site that keeps it all free of charge and means that we can keep updating these videos. So thank you for doing that, thanks for visiting, and thanks for telling your friends about us. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Weatherschool or at WXWeb. Now, we've got low pressure off the east coast of the country tomorrow. This is the chart for midday. You see this area of low pressure here, and you see this area of rain associated with it. Now, there is some uncertainty over exactly where the rain is going to be at the moment, where the northern and where the southern edge of it's probably going to be. This looks about right. I think, though, heavy bursts of rain across northern England, which really does look in for a soaking tomorrow, as does potentially parts of North Wales, and during the afternoon, Ireland looks to be wet too, but dry weather will be moving in. Also wet tomorrow is going to be the eastern parts of Scotland. Now this forecast does focus on the longer range, but I just wanted to show you that because it's important, I think, to get this idea of how much rain there is going to be. And we could be looking in excess of 40 millimetres of rain in some parts during the course of tomorrow across the northern parts of England, so it's not something to be sniffed at. Now quickly for Sunday, looks as if we are going to find some rain just affecting East Anglia, the southeast and southern parts of England. Again, some uncertainty on this rain, but it looks as if it will be there. Also some rain across Scotland, generally dry elsewhere. On to Monday, and we find this north and northeasterly wind coming in. It brings some spots of rain along the eastern coast, but for most it should be a dry day. I think some sunny spells around too, particularly in the afternoon. Tuesday sees spots of rain across the southeast, but generally now Tuesday looking to be a dry day with this northeasterly wind blowing. Quite a brisk northeasterly wind in places too, particularly on the eastern coast, best of the sunshine to the west. Wednesday should see a ridge of high pressure building in, so a mainly fine day with some good sunny spells, although just bits of rain across northern Scotland. Now let's get on to the long ranges. This is the Japanese model for week 1. So this goes forward from yesterday, from Thursday, through to a week today. So through to Friday, the 24th of May. And the Japanese model is a good model when we're looking in the month ahead period. And you notice the British Isles is just underneath here. We've got Spain there as well, you can see down to the south. These blue colours off towards the east showing us the low pressure this week. Off to the east, high pressure towards the west, high pressure towards the north there as well. And of course we've got a resulting north and northeasterly flow. So it's picking up on conditions this week pretty well. Now this is week 2 from the same model, so this takes us forward from next Saturday. So this is going forward from the 25th of May through until the following Friday, which of course is going to be taking us into almost into the early part of June, but takes us up to the 31st of May. And you notice again the blue colours down to the south. Look, this is the jet stream coming through here across central parts of Europe. So we've got a trough here, we've got low pressure in here, we've got the winds rotating around like so, possibly bringing some spots of rain towards the southeastern parts of the country, East Anglia and the southeast. But the yellower colours you can see towards the north is basically higher heights than normal up here. So we're going to have low pressure in here, probably a trough through there, and a ridge probably through here. So better conditions, dry conditions up towards the north once again. And then this is week 3 and 4, taking us from the 1st of June through to the 14th of June. And again, you can see how we've got this trough here, look, across Europe. The blue colour showing that. So low pressure down here towards the south, high pressure up towards the north all the time. This easterly flow across the country. So again, it looks as if it's going to be southern and southeastern parts of the country, most at risk from catching some rain, but staying dry across the northern 2/3. And it seems as if that's quite a reasonable pattern to be developing. So this is the rainfall forecast for week 1 then, and you can just make out the blue colours, look, across the British Isles, and that really is indicative of a normal to wetter than normal week expected through many eastern and southern areas, but the yellows over Ireland and western Scotland indicating drier than normal conditions there. Now week 2, which of course, as I said, takes us from the 25th to the 31st of May, and you notice, look, it's given us mainly dry conditions across the British Isles. What is cut off though is just the far southeast, and there it is showing a little bit of rain, so it looks as if the far southeastern corner perhaps catching some rain at times, but for most it's going for a drier week. Now if you were watching yesterday, and you can look back at yesterday's video, you'll notice we were talking about dry weather coming in because of the ridge building in from the west. So this is stacking up that idea of this week being drier across many parts of the UK apart from this southeastern corner. And then finally, weeks 3 and week 4, well, very similar story really. Look, you see that we've got the yellower colours over us, indicating drier than normal conditions across many parts of the UK. Just the far southeast again is coloured a little bit blue. So again, we've got that northeasterly flow. Remember, this was from the 1st of June through to the 14th of June. And we've got that northeasterly flow there across the southeast, bringing some outbreaks of rain. But for many, the emphasis is on this drier weather once again. So you can't get away from this dry weather in the forecast. It's just that the operational models day to day do tend to want to make things more unsettled. But every time we look at these longer ranges, they're coming up with dry weather every single time. So I'm building this idea that from about the 24th onwards, we are going dry across most of the country. Thanks again for watching then. We'll keep our eye on things and developments, of course, as they take place over the coming days. But for now, thanks for watching weatherweb.net, and do remember to tell your friends about us. You can follow us on Twitter @WeatherSchool. But for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining.